welcome to Seattle. Awesome day in store for you. We are standing in front of the Central Library. This library was designed by architect Rem Koolhaas. Pray that I'm pronouncing it correctly, because we're actually going to meet him tonight and get to make him dinner. We're going to wander around, look at a whole bunch of different restaurant menus, and kind of see what's specific to the Northwest, and go cook him dinner in his kitchen. That I'm excited about, because if he designed this, imagine what his kitchen's going to look like. Let's go. We're in for a treat. Okay, check this out. I've been to Seattle at least a dozen times in my lifetime, but I have never paid attention to the architecture. But specifically because I'm meeting Nelson tonight, I thought maybe I should walk around and look up. Wow, there is absolutely incredible architecture, art. I mean, this city is amazing. The stout that you just saw, this bottle, actually won the Silver Award at the North American Brewery Awards in 2006. So we're going to try to find a way to actually put this into one of our recipes. Now, we're going to head down to the pub and we're going to have some drinks. Alright, we're at the Pike Brewery, and their big award was in 2006 for this triple 5X stout, which I'm going to cook with later, and it's going to be fantastic. Another thing, put a little bit of stout in your Bloody Mary. Awesome. Got that in Chicago. Alright, so just get another idea. This is tuna, but we're going to do salmon because salmon is Pacific Northwest. And yeah, this is a tortilla, but I'm thinking let's go French and let's make a crepe. And let's go find some other ingredients in the market, see what we can do with that. That'll be our second dish. Bonjour. Crepe de France. So we're going to use that crepe idea. Some salmon, because there's salmon everywhere. Every single menu we've seen has had salmon. Now, the idea that we got downstairs was actually maybe using those peppers and the beer and a little bit of squid. Let's see what we can do with some calamari. See you in a bit. Here we are, we're at the public market. We're going to get some ideas. The plan is to make 3 or 4 courses for Rem Koolhaas. He's actually the designer architect for the Central Library that we saw earlier. So let's go inside, let's see what we can find, and let's make him an amazing dinner. I mean, cooking is art, architecture is art. Let's see if we can blend the two together, and I'm really looking forward to actually seeing what his kitchen looks like. Come on. Should have had lunch here. Hey guys, at last we're here in Rem's kitchen. Now I've been here for probably about an hour or so just prepping, and I've got to say, I found one thing that, it's just minor that I don't love about this kitchen, and it's really just that the InSinkerator, the garburator, is on the wrong side. Kind of like, having my cutting board, chopping stuff, and just throwing them in here. Now I kind of have to do this. I know it's not such a big deal, but it's the only thing. Aside from that, all his pots and pans, everything is right here within reach. Same with the cutlery. He's got everything, all the utensils that I need, and it's completely open. So anyone can sit at the counter and chat with me, and it's all good. Got this beautiful cutting board. His knives are fantastic, and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to start with the crepe. Picked up some beautiful maple candied salmon, and we're going to put that in a Pernod crepe with some sun-dried tomatoes, some capers, a little bit of green onion here, and some dill. And we're going to finish that off with some cream, and we're actually going to have that with champagne. So I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to come back, eat a little bit, and then move on to the next course. Okay? See you in a bit. And off our next crepe. I like to let the pan cool a little bit in between crepes. Otherwise, I find that they don't come out quite as nicely. Somebody might tell you different, but that's what I'm saying. So, I'm starting this next crepe, and as you know, we were down in the market, and I found some beautiful candied salmon. So, I'm starting off with the garlic. I've got my sun-dried tomatoes. I know, 1988 sun-dried tomatoes. Capers, I still love them. I already got the garlic going in there. So let this heat up. Gas stove, there's nothing better. I absolutely adore this gas stove. I'm going to throw my chopped onions, and I'm going to throw this candied salmon in. It's a maple candied salmon, and it's absolutely delicious. We're going to be having this with champagne to start. So, yeah, that's our first course. Looking forward to it. All right. I'm going to give these plates just a little bit of a wipe here, because they're actually going to go into the broil of the oven. First, we're going to finish it off with a little touch of smoked Gouda. Don't want too much, because there's already so much flavor within the smoked salmon. There we go. That's it. And we're going to come back and eat these. Ren still isn't here. But he said to just go ahead and have the first course without him. So that's what we're going to do. And I put a little aside for him for later. We'll see you guys when we're actually going to take a bite into these with some lovely champagne. Okay? After a long day, this is fantastic. Salmon is absolutely beautiful. It's nice and sweet, rich with the cream, and you can get a little bit of the garlic and, the saltiness from the capers. Also taste the Pernod, which is, an absolutely terrific French liqueur that tastes like anise, which goes pairingly perfectly with champagne. So I spoke to a little emergency text today with a sommelier asking what would go perfectly with all of the courses that we had tonight. And this first course, he recommended champagne, and the champagne is doing absolutely beautifully with this crepe. We're also going to later on have some sake to go along with the calamari. So there's a little bit of oyster sauce in there. And finally, we're going to finish off with a Cabernet from Chateau Saint-Michel. Chateau Saint-Michel is actually the founding winery of Washington State. So we couldn't have a beautiful dinner in Washington without having one of their wines. So I'll see you guys in a bit, because I'm going to enjoy this.